Some storms end outside. Others wait for you indoors. My name is Irena, and I own a small bookstore on the coast, the kind that smells of dust, ink, and things people forgot they loved. When the storm hit that afternoon, it came fast and wild, wind howling through narrow streets, rain hammering the shutters like an impatient guest. I was closing early, stacking books on tables, when the bell above the door rang. A woman stood there, drenched, breathless, holding her shoes in one hand. "Please," she said, laughing through the rain. "I think I just swam here." Her name was Elena. She was visiting from Zagreb, a tourist who got caught between weather and luck. Her hair clung to her face, her blouse half transparent, her eyes bright with apology and something softer. I handed her a towel, pointed toward the heater. "You saved yourself," I said, "but maybe not the books." She looked down. Water ran in thin streams across the floor. Without a word, she began helping me move the soaked stacks, her movements quick and sure. I watched her quietly, the way she handled the fragile pages, as if they were alive. "You love them," she said after a while. "Books." "I live with them," I replied. "Love is too big a word." She smiled. "Then you've never been alone with a story long enough." We worked until the rain softened into a whisper. The air inside turned heavy. The smell of wet paper, salt, and coffee from the small pot I'd forgotten on the counter. I poured 2 cups. Elena sat by the window, steam rising between us. The glass outside blurred with raindrops, turning the streetlights into halos. "I used to have a shop like this," she said. "Different city, same loneliness." "And what happened?" "I sold it. I thought I wanted something louder." She looked around, then back at me. "Maybe I was wrong." The clock ticked softly. Outside, the sound of dripping gutters, the last sighs of the storm. Inside, 2 strangers sitting between silence and something unspoken. And for the first time in a long while, I didn't mind the mess. The next morning smelled of salt and drying pages. Sunlight slid through the blinds, warming the uneven stacks of rescued books. I was still half asleep when the bell rang again. Elena stood there, dry this time, hair tied back, holding a box of croissants and 2 coffees. "I came to see if your soldiers survived," she said, nodding toward the shelves. I laughed. "Most did. The poetry section, though. A tragic loss." "Poetry always drowns first," she replied. We spent the morning rearranging, cleaning, pretending we didn't notice how easily our silences fit together. Every so often, her hand brushed mine as we passed books back and forth. The air felt different, heavy, charged, but kind. At noon, she found an old copy of Neruda, pages warped but intact. "May I?" she asked. I nodded. Her voice was low, quiet, reading about love as something that hides in the smell of the sea and the warmth of a hand. Each word lingered between us, turning the small shop into something sacred. When she finished, neither of us spoke. The only sound was the fan turning slowly above. "I used to read aloud to my wife," she said finally. "She liked poetry, but she didn't like hearing it." I looked at her, not with pity, but with recognition. "I used to pretend I didn't need anyone," I said, "but every story feels wrong when there's no one to tell it to." Outside, the street shimmered, wet stones glowing under the new sun. Elena set the book down, eyes glinting in the golden light. "Maybe that's why I came in yesterday," she said. "The storm was just an excuse." I smiled. "Then I'm glad it rained." She reached out, gently closing my hand around the damp corner of the book. "Keep it," she whispered. "Something to remember the flood by." When she left, the door chimed softly. The same sound as yesterday, but now it felt like a beginning, not an ending. The air was still heavy with the scent of paper and sea, but I noticed something new. Warmth, faint but certain, settling between the shelves like sunlight after rain.